everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are at silage, and it has just, and I mean just started in, and we just started lifting. I can just hear the hum of the harvester there. Should be able to hear it. We're like, get going, we try and get some in before it starts to rain. It's supposed to be like this for an hour and then it's to brighten up again. But everyone's gone to the field now. As you can see, we have a demo in the yard. We have a TM420 in the yard, 2019, with a Carl silage grape in front of it. And when you see it folded out, my God, then you realise just how massive a yoke it is. You're also here, you can see this lovely 3655. No, we haven't bought another one. That belongs to the Russells, Robert Russell. They are after coming up with the TM420 to have a bit of a demo on it, on pushing up our own silage. And they also come up in the 3655 because they want to draw a few load of silage. That's a minter. That is a minter. Big thanks to the Russells for coming up. And as you can see, Russell Fast Tracks, you've seen him before. He's been in the videos a couple of times. Not raining now. Well, for a short time you can see how heavy it's over there. The TM is in my top 3 most wanted to demo machines. We've demoed the Pouse, we've demoed the Schaefer. The last one on the list I really wanted to try was a TM, because that's like the equivalent, because our poor old telly there is beyond shook now at this point. Maybe not this year, but we need to do something, and this was TM was on the list for what I'd love to have got a test in. Why is that? That is a pig, you know. Oh, we had a dry night after mowing it. We had forecast wasn't too bad, and now we have this. Yeah, we're in the TM. I haven't done anything with it yet, just fueled her up there, ready to start pushing up. So we're putting in the second cut into one half of the silage bit. I'm just going back this out of the way so everyone can get in and get turned. It's just when it unfolds. Damn, it is a fine looking grape. Light bars on the top, there's lights on the side of it, like, that's an animal. That is from Carl's own fleet, and Robert was telling me they usually have it on a 435, so could be putting the 420 under a bit of pressure to carry that much grass, but we'll just have to see how it goes. First load of grass in, one woman and her 2 dogs. That might be somewhat right. Just for those of you wondering, we had planned on getting the 3690 out and have it beside this lovely 3655, but when we put the oil in it this morning to put the wheels back on and finish her up, we found another oil leak. And another oil leak means more O-rings and just everything that comes along with that, so we're just not going to have it. Here's the first load of grass. It's a bit damp. Yeah, just got to make sure we've our channel's well cleaned and that, unfortunately. Well, what can you do? We need to get it done. Drives of trying to make silage when the weather is as bad as it is, or quite broken. Right, we'll go test out this TM a bit. There's some grape. Really got to test it now, the size of the grape and the grass being wet. It's going to be a heavy load. We do have our sensor here, so that if we do start going, if it is too much, we will know about it before she starts actually lifting the back off the ground. One. Some grape. Sheer size of them. Because I'm not used to operating something so big and used to. Good and quick on the hydraulics too, so it is. Whoa, Not used to seeing that now. See the front pivot. There's the next load of silage coming in now. I stick that camera on time lapse and get a good feel for this before I do too much more major filming, because it's like everything. Your first time in a machine, it's not till the first couple of hours go by before you really kind of get in on how it works. We're in kid tipping a load. Yeah, I used to use the brake. So, another load in. Robert is after arriving, so they're just getting ready to get the 3655 hooked up, and you can probably hear it there through the window. The exhaust that is on that tractor. I think I'm going to have to get one for the 3690 now. What I have is grand, but what's on that is on a different level altogether. So they're just going to fuel up and get the trailer on. We'll be going for dinner shortly enough. So after dinner then I think they're going to have a bit of a play pushing up, and I'll get a bit of drone flying and that done. One thing I can say, and I haven't a lot done, I'd say this is the best yoke I've ever pushed up with. Better than a 435, 456. Pushed up with a lot of things now. Just through YouTube I've been able to do a lot of pushing up with different machines, but this is the real dog. I am absolutely loving it. I had high expectations, and I think, like, we'll see once we get finished, then I can really talk about, but so far expectations are just blown away, like blown away. Robert's just gone up on the pit on the 3655 somewhere around them. There is somewhere around them. I have to be very careful. There's not a wide pile of space, so there's not on the pit. Our live is tipping. I just have to close Liv's tail door every time, so tell you, they're bringing it in quite quick to me, so that was definitely no harm to get that done. Some bus. Anyways, keep ahead. So Robert is after getting in with us here. Robert Russell of Russell Fast Tracks, who's kindly brought up this absolute beast of a machine up to have a go outside.
I just had a line about around the place, and I said, you know what? We haven't done any vintage grassman or any grassman this year at all. Yeah. Not in Cabane and Mud. It's very small bit. I needed a fix still. I says I'm coming down to see you.
What's the specs then on a machine like
right,
this?
This is a 420 standard 145 horsepower to JCB 4.8 litre engine. Yes. It's a 4-cylinder, it's not a 6-cylinder. But she punches like a 6-cylinder.
Oh yeah.
So the Veneri would be the full of this and probably struggle with maybe, would it?
I think the Veneri is it's the same engine as 6290. So I think it's around 150, 170. But
yeah.
Like with her own buck rake, she's grand. But if you try and doze her into a load, she knows it's there. She's grand. But this yoke, the only thing that's stopping you from pushing up a whole load is the load sensing. It's just saying
you're mounted. That's for safety. That's just you don't stand the back wheels in the air at an inappropriate time, stacking bales or reaching out. Not really a danger in a pit.
No, but that's, and like we're in heavy wet grass, like
it's wet.
You don't get
proper wet.
Yeah, it's a really good test to the machine. Like
Caleb managed to sort out that joystick. We had a problem with the joystick, and we were in chat, having a chat with our main dealer. What's going to cost $2.5 grand. Caleb spent an hour, we bit of a consultation with one of his friends in David King's, David King Electronics, and Caleb has it up and running with a button from a Fast Track, doing this job 110%.
Oh yeah, and this one of them is
I think the button cost me maybe €25. Caleb's time, I'm sure he's probably going to charge me 100 for that, is he? This machine is a 420, not a 420S, 2019
So she was the first of the 420.
First of the 420s, when he hit the mark in 2019. A little bit of a comment was they were maybe a little bit underpowered. They were using the same engine as the 320S.
Yeah.
320S is 2 tons lighter than this machine.
Yes.
This machine is tipping the scales just shy of 10 tons. Struggling for power, maybe doing this type of work. So we done a little bit of a cheat.
Yeah,
We called our friend Tom Gray from Turbo Chip.
Yes.
Guy that does all our remapping, add blue, delete, all that sort of work. Tom, total professional. We dyno tested machines before and after. Now we obviously can't dyno test a loader.
Yes.
But you know, we make sure everything's where it should be at, and we don't want that going OTT over the top.
Yes.
We've had to involve Tom in, I think, 3 jobs this year of remapping machines downwards.
Yes.
Things being remapped unprofessionally, not being dyno tested, things that went off the scale, machines that put conrods through blocks, variable transmissions that sheared shafts in half, differentials that sheared rows of bolts from too much torque.
Yeah.
And you can imagine the list goes on and on and on.
So you got this chipped up to
175 is our estimate on this.
Yeah.
And you know, working with the figures that me and Tom usually deal with, you know, through Turbo Chip, I've no doubt is doing all of that. And you know, not over the top, there's no smoke. I'm watching you climbing the pit, there's absolutely no smoke. There's no even exhaust this machine. It still has the AdBlue on it. It hasn't been deleted. It hasn't been causing any problems. So look, we leave well alone until that day comes.
Yes.
But that's also part of what Turbo Chip offers. AdBlue delete on any truck, tractor, van, you name it. It's possible. The rake, you're impressed with that.
Oh, I've never seen a rake like it, and it's so well built looking.
It came from Carroll Engineering, Browsall, outside Bailborough, County Cavan. Having a chat with Harry, the works me, and Harry recommended. He says, talk to Ulton Carroll. Ulton knows what's best, what you want. He either has a rake, we build your rake. There's nothing that company doesn't do. They build silage trailers, log splitters.
Oh, they build silage trailers?
Yeah, Carroll Engineering. I'll show you some photographs later on.
Yeah.
Anything. Carroll's are agri contractors. They know as much about this business as yourself. Yourself and your father. Ulti is probably, geez, I'm going to guess he's had 30 plus years. For myself, I used to push up silage with a County 1174.
All right.
And a tie buck rig on the rear of it, so I was looking across my shoulder.
The whole day.
I have a little clip of it too. So the buck rig was similar spec to everything, only is about 8, I think it was about 9 foot wide.
That's what it is.
And a push off rake.
The size of this buck rake, what is it?
It folds from, I think, around 9 foot 3 metres out to 14 foot, whatever.
14 foot,
so
yeah.
It's a savage of a rake, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
We're going to draw a load or two, and we'll be back to you, and we'll see how
we can go through it, yeah. Get more of the specs off Robert after, but one of the best machines I've ever pushed up with. And I've had the opportunity to push up with a few. This is one of the best. So, in Max Shack's having the dinner, and pull out the camera when everyone is finished. But anyway, full bellies now, get the grass. So we've just had the dinner, we're back in the field, and Robert's going to do a bit of pushing up. So that leaves me free to go and see a bit. So the grass, she's actually dried out on top now, but yeah, she'll be still quite soft underneath. So yeah, we'll get some good footage now, a bit of drone footage and whatnot. I'm going to go back to the pit. I'm ready to put up the drone, and I just seen the rain coming in there. Talk about nightmare. Just on one thing, just on the weather, St. Smithens Day, I think that's how it's said, is just talking about dinner time, is coming up on Friday. And all the wives tale, whatever you want to call it, is if it rains on St. Smithens Day, it'll rain for the next 40 days. And Friday is St. Smithens Day, and it's supposed to be an absolute day. So another 40 days of rain brings us on into September without any dry spell of weather. Next time we get dry weather, don't start looking for rain.
Been there
One woman and her dogs. Not happy to see me, is he not?
No, you're not happy with the drone. How he's able to hear it or see it, I do not know.
Bertie, or Alfie.
He went mad, so he
That's good.
was falling asleep, but the next thing went 2 ears up and he was growling at it.
Ready to try and catch it out the air. Quite a bit, innit? Yeah. A heavy shower now and you'd have to
you'd have to abandon
you'd have to abandon it, yeah.
You'd have to abandon it.
Everyone going alright so far?
Yeah, no, sure. Another day in the office. Not enough of days in the office.
No.
Crops look good from here now.
You do, yeah. You won't really see it in the camera now, but we'll do the crop Sunday next week. This week we've the show. The week after there's nothing on, so.
There's nothing on, is there not?
Well, not that I'm aware of anyways, unless you're away.
No, not.
Not too often the camera gets into the harvester.
No.
Extra pair of hands, yeah.
Well, you know now how good the hands are because they start to slow down coming back to me.
Well, the pay is getting a bit bigger now.
Take 10, 12 load over now and then put the next
Yeah,
one
the big hole in it now. And once you get the long runs off it, like, they start getting very short. So they do. You know it was wet.
No, it's actually not true. No, you know it was wet. That's not wet.
No, sure, it didn't get wet through.
No, it's fresh. It's fresh. It's not wet. Oh, that was wet stuff, and you'd feel her lunching. You know, 5 miles an hour there. You wouldn't do 5 miles an hour, and that's what.
If it was wet, so that's a big sport. No, it's
a good sort of grass.
Yeah, it's a rake that has grass in it.
Yeah, a lot of fertilizer.
No, but it'll come back well. I suppose it's probably 2 weeks longer than we were intending.
Yeah, we should have had it about 10 days ago.
Yeah, just the weather, well, I suppose.
You were aiming for the 1st of July, not the 10th of July. 12th. It's the 12th.
11th. No, 12th. It is 12th. Yeah, 12th of July. Yeah, there's a decent sport in the grass there now.
It's a weird feed.
That is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't Unclean had one?
Yeah, we did 36.55, yeah. We know older than that, no, she was 95.
Oh, that's 96. That's fairly fresh.
Yeah.
That's a lovely clean example of one.
She won the very last of that.
Yeah.
We actually know the difference in that and an 81-30 now.
Very same.
Very much the same. 81-20, 81-30, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
She don't mess around saying things that she don't mean. She don't keep you guessing. She comes out clear and clean. She'll tell you what she wants. And the best part.
And that's the harvester coming away. So great to actually get. I think that must be the first time I actually sat in the harvester all this silage season. We'll go back and see how Robert's getting on the pit. Over halfway here now. There's a huge difference between the length of the rows that end and then that side. Once you get by the gate, it's the rows don't be long, disappear on that side. We'll be on.
Hey lads, don't do what I done. Just found a soft spot along the wall. The joys of putting in silage very fast with 5 trailers drawn with a new tie and a driver that's probably a little bit out of practice.
So get back to the yard and the loader man is stuck along the wall as you do.
Yeah, maybe I need to go to refresh on course.
Wasn't much point in putting up the wall polythene, so there wasn't. Yeah, you're through there one side quite a bit now.
You know that used to be on the pit of the grape from one Monday to the next Monday,
yeah,
fixing the pit. That doesn't exist in modern times. The men aren't out there anymore.
No, it's down to the man on the shovel to keep it here. Get yourself out there first before it sinks too much to the other side. Jesus Christ, I don't even want to look. Sorry? Yeah. Panic over, but wall polythene non-existent. Anyways, and we're back in more familiar territory. Time to break out the big guns and the veneering just to help out now, just to pick that maybe a little bit out of hand, and it just needs that bit of rolling. The one thing I will say, need to sell jewels to 420. Sell jewels, and every run you just compact that bit more. Then go and do along the wall, and Robert's going to do the other side, and hopefully we don't get in each other's way because the pit isn't that over big. See how this goes, 2 on the pit. I put up the drone, but it's chancy now, having to watch the drone, watch everyone else. We'll see how we get on anyways. Yeah.
She just told me all about it and sealed it with a kiss. I've never seen the likes of it, nothing near as fine. Can't believe my luck, can't believe she's mine. Knew it from the get-go, if we tried we would have us something special.
The 3655 is to be admired, so it is. It's a lovely bus. So 2 yokes on the pit now is just keeping it up lovely now. She's no egg, but she's some yolk. In the big field now, they must be nearly ready to head for the clover. So we keep tipping away here. Black Massey's on its way too. Get this all up out of the way. You be able to see it, but they're just lifting the last sward in the big field. The last of them. So only 10 acres left now, and there is a fine pay stuff in now. I'd say, but now it is that because it's fresh and wet, it would be much bulkier than if it was dry, but it is higher up here, so it'd be interesting to see how it settles. So I'm just rolling while Robert is shoving up stuff there. Just finished big field, so I'm heading for the red clover next. And the 10 acres ones, we're going to let her start to roll out in the front to fill up the front of the pit, because we've been keeping it quite well back. That TM, Robert is shifting some amount of grass every time he comes up the pit. Like, there's just that much grass is being shifted. It's a holy carrot. All I'm really doing is just keeping the edges shifted out, keeping her tidied at the back and keeping her round. And Robert's just keeping the grass up. Yes, my old phone is somewhere that side of me. And to avoid it happening again, I left it in the Jeep. So I can't leave it here, I can't lose it. So it's in the Jeep. We had a nice little break now just to shape up the pitch while they're getting around to getting back to us. So, won't be too bad at all. So just up with Robert just while we have a bit of a break here. You're enjoying yourself?
I'm back in my teenage years here.
Gee, this is some yoke to hook grass up.
There's just no stopping it.
Yeah. Power she's putting out, like, and the torque, like, she's just climbing away there.
Unfortunately, it's hard to compare it with before the remap, but yeah, all the horses are there and some more.
Yeah, I push it up with 435 and 456. She's well able to keep up with them. I'd say, like, she has the massive crab on it. She's well able to keep it moving. She's quick up and down. She's quite nimble. The one thing she's missing is jewels.
What, sorry?
Joules.
Dual wheels?
Yeah, if you have dual wheels, your wider footprint, you'll be able to get more rolling done as you went up and down.
I could argue with you that less wheels are compact better.
Oh, they would, but with a wider wheel, you get more compaction per run.
Well, I get you,
and you wouldn't come under as much pressure. When you're under pressure, it leaves it a little bit easier.
Second gear, by the way, now.
Second gear pushing up now.
I'm still in second gear now. Now I'm spinning, I know I'm doing that. I'm doing stupid things here. Oh yeah, away she goes. But yeah, keeping the pitch rolled is very important. Driving it, so that county 1174.
Yeah.
With a rake, it was slow. It was first gear in reverse, so you know, high reverse or low reverse, and dual power high and low.
Yeah.
So you went low all day long, which was a slow off up pitch. But every time you know, for the second hour you're rolling out to the edge, you are pushing something, you are moving grass, you are not sitting around, there was no one to Snapchat, there was no phone, no, you didn't spend any time either. I was earning £30 a day pushing up silage in 1994. I very often got a £5 or a £10 before I left that yard.
Because you rolled it.
Yeah, and I finished the edges and I stayed and helped them, maybe not say covered, but I helped them get ready for cover.
Yeah.
And they had very little work to do. That's still second year, by the way. So the little tips could add up to another day's wage at the end of the week.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind. And sometimes it was a tip, you'd meet the farmer or the farmer's son out and they'd buy you a pint.
Yeah.
So that's the alarm going off there for absolute any amount of hydraulic pushing power. Still in second gear, climbing the pit.
Yeah.
We can drop the gear down, the power shift in this. Yeah, it's a little easier. I'm not going to wreck the transmission by time, but it's like that all in second gear when it should be in first.
Yeah.
But it can do it, absolutely no problem. We're not seeing engine up, it's dropping when we're working hydraulics and pushing. The old, the 416 notice JCB had, there was complaints that they had great hydraulic output, but when you were really working hydraulics and pushing, one took from the other. You couldn't do both flat out. But I think I'm going to put you back in the driver's seat because I've been here for way too long today.
So, back in 420, so just switched over to red clover, and if smell-o-vision was on camera, if you could do such a thing, the red clover smells so sweet. Like it reminds me nearly of molasses, when they used to put molasses on pitch, which is something before my time. We're just doing our thing here. Ended up. Just trying to see where we're going to go now. We are starting to get a bit on the high side. Not sure how high we want to go, because we do want to put in the third cut, and we are definitely way over what we put in the first cut. Even when it does reduce, it's still not going to. Red clover seems to be coming in quite dry too.
She just told me all about it and sealed it with a kiss. I've never seen the likes of it, nothing near as fine. Can't believe my luck, can't believe she's mine. Knew it from the get-go, if we tried we would have us something special, something really good.
Got hard at it. So we're just in the cab with Harry in the 3655. How are you finding it? Some racket over it. Yeah. The exhaust. Good lord tonight. Are you made that yourself?
Yeah.
So she comes out with the bonnet, she expands.
Just 3 to 4 inches now.
3 to 4 inches.
Yeah.
Is there some grumble over it? So there is. Another load up there, is there?
It probably is, yeah.
So George had the last load, so there was nothing to be got again. Yeah, that's it. And now that's all she wrote. That has all the silage in the pit. So I just have to tidy it up now and get on top of it and roll it. Bit untidy there now, just gonna have to get on it and get it straightened. So happy enough with it?
Oh yeah, bulked up well.
It's a fine paced stuff. Think 70 acres that side and just under 50 that side.
Yeah.
And it's fine paced stuff. So we're finished now. Just had the tea. So Robert's going to get up and just kind of roll up the top of it. I'm just going to finish off the bottoms just so I have it the way I want it. Liv and them are going to get a new roll. Eric and Father Phil are going off spraying. Bro's bringing the bows around just to finish up the last sprays and to spray off the winter barley. So it'll be ready 10 days time. We should be cutting that hopefully. Just time to shape the pit out and roll it into it. Getting it rolled in now. That's near enough the pit rolled. So I'm just going to start getting ready to cover it while Robert just keeps rolling it basically till we're ready. So I just have to move that stuff there so we can get the tires with the shovel and shovel grass off the edge of the pit. Ready for some the fun bit.
Best part.
The best part. Right. And that's it. Rolled. Now comes the fun bit. Covering it. We're bringing up the film. We have lots of help. Liv, Rory, Kate, Robert and Harry. So we'll go up our film down first, our oxygen, silo stop oxygen barrier, and then our black plastic on top. We don't have any more of them big covers. Probably should invest in them because you can see how handy that is the cover compared to what this is. Glad wrap.
Glad wrap, that's the brand.
Oh,
The Glad wrap. But yeah, it's hard enough wrapping a sandwich.
Clink them. So this is the oxygen barrier now. No.
And we're going
Roll it
there.
out that way, yeah.
This is where you get the crowbar and you just run you and your pal across them. Whatever. We're not fencing today. We can drop our standards. Yeah, I think we've done this before, haven't you?
I say we're good at that there now.
We got a soft landing if it's over. It might be the last ball. Can you get there?
You enjoy the camera dude?
Yeah, it's good actually. It's a bit better than tyre duty.
Everyone up for a takeaway?
Yeah. Count me in. What, it's hungry working the camera? Look out, G, you're going to get swallowed by the tyres. See you next winter.
Oh my. And now we're just about finished. Just cover this up. We were just short, we had to put in a piece under it. We're not looking too bad now, just cover, put a few tyres there. Happy out? And now the pit is covered. Happy days. Show your hands there. You just had to rub a bit into the tyres before we pull out the camera, but no, look, it has to be done too. Happy days, that's in now. Everything that you see before you has to come off. How are you fixed now for 6 weeks time?
Busy out.
We'll pay for the tickets to come back like. 6 weeks time, another maybe 40 acres of whole crop and maybe same again in third cut silage, so she's going to be big. She's going to be. And now the silage, well, as you've seen, the pit's covered and all that, and it's a couple of days. It's actually St. Smithens Day today and it has not stopped raining all day, and I'm pretty sure I said it in it, but on St. Smithens Day the old saying was, if it rains on St. Smithens Day, it rains for the next 40 days. And we haven't had like where it was just a bit of rain or half a day's rain or a bit in the morning. We've had a full wet day's rain, as you can see, raincoat and everything. To talk about this absolute weapon of a machine. Only way I can describe it, it's a 2019 TM420. It's not an S, it's before the S model come out, which I think people will be more familiar with. Firstly, just look at this buck rake. Like, that's the buck rake of a 435. Just to put in perspective, 435 is a 15-ton loading shovel. I couldn't tell you what the horses is on it. I think it could be 180, 200, could be more. It's a very big machine, a 435, and that's the grape for it. And that is a superb grape made by Carl's. Not just something that's thrown together. It is really like built. Like there's weight in that, like probably the best one I've ever seen now. TM420, what can I say? Absolute animal of a machine. Now, as Robert said earlier in the video, they got a chip by Turbo Chip, so she is putting out more. They reckon around 175, and it should be around 145. So they added 30 horses to it, and you can know it's there. On a set of 620, so it's actually the same weight tyre that's on the Veneri, except for the Veneri has the jewels on. Well able for that, but that is the thing. Like for the size of the buck rake, she is just under 10 ton. With the buck rake, she's definitely 10 ton. For as you've seen, Robert was really pushing it on there, pushing up in second gear. I wouldn't chance that myself, but he was pushing her on in second gear, and she was well able for it. And she pushed all day long for me. She was well able to carry a full load of grass. There was the odd time she did beep, and like it wasn't like we were pushing up real dry grass. You know, if we'd have been pushing up real dry grass, you'd have been getting lads saying, well, if it was wet stuff, she wouldn't be able for it. But no, you know, that is at the top end of the scale. Nimble, very fast in the hydraulics. I had high expectations, and it has exceeded my expectations. I did not expect it to be such a good machine. Anyone who's seen the inside of a JCB cab knows what it's like. Spacious cab, like it has space for a passenger, which the Veneri doesn't. Bog standard joystick, everything on it, forward, reverse, the whole lot. Yeah. One thing that hits missing to be the ultimate pit machine is a set of jewels. Because when we're under pressure in the pit there, when you're under pressure, you don't have time to go up and down, up and down, up and down to pack in the load. And when you're on with a set of jewels, you cover that bit more space, so every run you do, you're tramping in more grass, and it just means that's the one thing I'd say she was missing. But that's not a fault of the machine, that's just there wasn't set jewels. As you can tell, I'm very, very impressed with that machine. So much so, now we can't do anything about it this year because we've the money well spent this year, and probably next year as well. But at some point, I can definitely see myself in one of these. Like, not only with that push up grass, you have a push out boom. Our Veneri can't load grain into an Arctic. She doesn't have the reach to tip. That would. That has stack bales. That'll do everything that the telly will do, and it's going to push up grass. You could definitely put the sticker on that. King of the pit. Before I finish up, just want to say a massive thank you to Robert Russell of Russell Fast Tracks, and Harry as well, his young apprentice, come down, give us a hand to pushed up and that, but for bringing down this lovely machine. Only for him, I wouldn't have got to try a machine like this, and just fair play to him. And if you're interested in anything JCB or Fast Tracks related, get in touch with himself, as he is the man to go to, particularly for Fast Track stuff. I don't think there's anything he doesn't know about them. I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this silage epic. We have one more silage video for the year, well, of our own silage. We might make a second silage video picking up someone else's second cut, but we definitely have one more silage video when we do go to get her third cut, and I'm hoping to make it a full from mowing to in the pit, just kind of the whole process of silage. We're going to leave it at that. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.